I told you. I just don't know when to give up.
Why fight a hopeless battle trying to defy your destiny?
'Cause people called me a failure. I'll prove them wrong. My clones were pathetic. That's right. I flunked the shadow clone jutsu every time. So don't come whining to me with this destiny stuff. And stop trying to tell me you can't change what you are. You can do it too.
Get a hold of yourself! Stop crying and running away! Doing that isn't going to get you anywhere!
I hate myself more than anyone else. I always try to get my act together, but I just end up running away or cowering in fear. I'm pathetic. I want to change. I want to be a capable individual.
Do you know what the process of forging a sword is? When making a sword, you hammer and hammer to get rid of impurities and anything else you don't need. The greater the purity of the blade, the more durable it becomes. Mastering even one is cause for celebration. If you can only do one thing, hone it to perfection. Work on refining it to its utmost potential. Zenitsu, perfect it. It's all right to cry, or go off by yourself. Just don't ever give up. Believe in yourself. You endured all that hellish training. You'll be rewarded for that without question. Work to forge yourself like a tempered blade and become the most resilient of all. Focus on what you do best. Don't ever give up!
Don't ever give up. Even if it's painful, even if it's agonizing, don't try to take the easy way out.
How could I have forgotten? It's survival of the fittest in this world. This world filled with violence, deception, and betrayal. How could I? How? That's right. I got numb to it. Careless, overconfident, delusional. Thanks for the reminder. The weak always lose no matter what. That's the way it is.
I'll never be a hero. I'm just an ordinary guy, and I've reached my damn limits!
Your limit? Who decides what your limit is? Instead of overthinking your setbacks, just focus on moving forward.
No matter what it takes, even if it means becoming a devil, I have to push past my limits. If I can't get through this, then I'll never become the Wizard King. Right here, right now, I'm going to push past my limits! If it means winning, I don't mind destroying my old self. I'll be reborn again, as many times as it takes. I get it! You were tricked! You couldn't protect the ones you loved! And everything you once believed in was lost! You're dealing with so many crazy feelings you can't stand it anymore! But that's why I have to tell you this! Don't you dare give up again! All you've ever done is give up! Instead of facing your problems, you locked yourself away and hid in the darkness because you thought it was the easiest thing to do! You had the guts to make everything else happen, right? You did that! Maybe you weren't chosen, maybe no one wanted you, and maybe you can't be forgiven! But you still have to stand your ground without making excuses for yourself!
Who is he?
And that stuff he said about the Wizard King?
That's right, you heard me! I'm gonna become the Wizard King, you got it? There a problem with that?
He's officially nuts. Him, the Wizard King? Talk about delusions of grandeur.
You get what that means, right? If that's really your goal, you're gonna have to prove that you're better than all 9 Magic Knight captains. And now, standing here magicless and pathetic, can you really say you have what it takes? That you're strong enough to be the Wizard King?
Yeah, fine. So maybe I won't get to join a Magic Knight squad today. But no matter what anyone says, and no matter how many times I might stumble, I won't give up! I will become the Wizard King! I'm not joining the Magic Knights just so I can slack off and have a little fun. I've got a much bigger goal. I'm gonna be the Wizard King!
Until I become Hokage, I don't care what happens, I am not gonna die! It doesn't matter how strong my opponent is. If he tears off my arms, I'll just kick him dead. If he tears off my legs, I'll bite him dead. If he tears off my head, I'll stare him dead. If he gouges out my eyes, I'll curse him dead.
Well, I'm gonna be King of the Pirates! King of the Pirates is a title given to one who obtains everything this world has to offer! You're talking about seeking the great treasure of wealth, fame, and power! The treasure that you seek is the One Piece! Yeah! Yeah, that's it! Pirates from all over the world are looking for that treasure, you know? Yeah, so? No way! It's impossible, impossible, impossible! There's no way anyone like you could ever reach the pinnacle during this great pirate age! It's not about if I can. I'm doing this because I want to. I decided long ago that I'm gonna be King of the Pirates. If I have to die fighting for that, then I die.
If I can't control my quirk, there's no way I'll ever become a hero! I have to work way harder than everyone else here if I want to succeed! Even if I have a lot to learn, I'll focus on what I can do right now! It hurts, but not as bad as before!
In middle school, even now, no matter how much I jump, I always get blocked. Height is important for volleyball. You can't always just jump real high to make up for being short like me. But still, that never stopped me from wanting to be a spiker. I don't care whether I'm cut out for it or not. I'll do the best I can with what I've got, and I'll win! I'm on this court and I'm not going anywhere.
You know what separates me from everyone else? I'm delusional enough to believe I'm the strongest. And you know what? That delusion became reality. When I was growing up, people called it arrogance. They said I was too confident, too sure of myself. But here's what they didn't understand. Confidence isn't delusion. Belief in your impossible potential is. I didn't just think I was strong, I was delusional enough to believe I could rewrite the rules of what strong even means. While others were accepting their limitations, I was rejecting the concept of limitations entirely. See, most people are realistic. They look at their current abilities and make realistic goals. That's exactly why they stay average. Reality is just what you've accepted so far. I was delusional enough to believe I could see everything, predict everything, counter everything. That level of delusion, that's not mental illness, that's mental strength. Your delusions about yourself need to be so strong that reality has no choice but to bend to match them. You think successful people were realistic about their chances? Hell no. They were delusional enough to attempt what everyone else thought was impossible. The difference between delusion and vision is results. And until you're delusional enough to believe in your impossible future, you'll never have the drive to create it. So be delusional. Reality is overrated anyway.
I was born elite, born to rule, born to be the strongest. Everyone called it delusion when I kept losing to Kakarot. But you know what? I never stopped believing. I was destined for greatness. See, most people let reality crush their delusions. They get defeated once, twice, 3 times, and they start making excuses. They start accepting that maybe they're not special. Not me. Every defeat just proved I wasn't delusional enough. When Kakarot became a Super Saiyan before me, When he saved the planet while I was still catching up. Everyone said, give up, Vegeta. Accept your place. But my delusion was stronger than their reality. I trained harder. I pushed further. I refused to let the universe tell me who I was supposed to be. That's the thing about being delusional. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about being so convinced of your future that you force reality to change. Royal blood didn't make me a prince. My delusions did. And those same delusions made me a legend.
Look, when I first walked into Blue Lock, I was nobody. Average height, average speed, average everything. Surrounded by monsters who could do things I'd never even dreamed of. But you know what I had that they didn't? I was delusional enough to believe I belonged there. Everyone else looked at my stats, my background, my high school team that never won anything important. They saw reality. I saw potential. While they were calculating their chances based on what they'd already done, I was delusional enough to believe I could evolve, that I could become something completely different from what I was. See, realistic people look at their current abilities and make realistic goals. That's why they stay exactly where they are. But I was delusional enough to think that hunger could beat talent, that obsession could overcome natural ability. Every time someone faster than me scored, every time someone stronger than me dominated, instead of accepting my place, I got more delusional. I started believing I could steal their abilities, absorb their strengths, become better than all of them. That's not confidence, bro. That's pure delusion. And that delusion made me study every play, analyze every movement, break down every technique until I could see possibilities that didn't exist before. Your delusion has to be stronger than everyone else's reality, because if you can see a future version of yourself that doesn't exist yet, you can work backwards to make it real. Be delusionally hungry. It's the only way to devour greatness.
People think I'm just another average student trying to live a quiet life. They see me blend into the background, avoid attention, keep my grades mediocre on purpose. What they don't understand is this is all calculated. I was raised in a facility where they tried to create perfect humans. Most kids broke under the pressure. Most couldn't handle what they put us through. But I was delusional enough to believe I could not just survive it, but master it. While others were crying, giving up, accepting their limits, I was absorbing everything, every lesson, every test, every manipulation. I became delusional about my own capabilities. But here's the thing about real delusion. It's not loud. It doesn't announce itself. The most dangerous delusions are quiet ones. I don't need to prove I'm the smartest person in the room. I already know I am. I don't need validation from grades or recognition. My delusion is so complete that external proof is irrelevant. See, most people's delusions are fragile. They need constant reinforcement, constant proof that they're special. But when your delusion is built on absolute certainty, you don't need anyone else to believe it. I manipulate situations, predict outcomes, control variables that others don't even know exist. Not because I'm trying to show off, but because in my mind, that's just what I do. The strongest delusion isn't, I think I'm great. It's, I know exactly what I'm capable of. And it's more than you can comprehend. That's not arrogance, that's calculated confidence in your own impossibility.
I was born with no cursed energy. Zero. In a world where power's everything,
where blood lies determine your worth, where techniques make you special. I had nothing. The Zenin clan threw me out like garbage, said I was worthless, a stain on their precious family name. They saw a man with no gifts and wrote me off completely. But I was delusional enough to believe that having nothing could become my everything. See, while they were relying on their inherited power, their family techniques, their cursed energy, I was building something different. Something they couldn't understand. I turned my body into a weapon. I studied every sorcerer, learned their weaknesses, found ways to kill things that were supposed to be unkillable. I was delusional enough to think a man with no powers could hunt the most powerful beings alive. And you know what? I was right. I killed the strongest. I made the untouchable bleed. I proved that raw skill and brutal preparation could overcome any bloodline, any technique, any natural gift. They called me the Sorcerer Killer not because I had cursed energy, but because I didn't need it. That's the most dangerous delusion of all, believing that what you lack is actually your advantage, that your weakness is secretly your strength. Don't let them tell you what you need to succeed. Don't let them convince you that without their gifts, their connections, their advantages, you can't make it. Be delusional enough to believe that having nothing means you have everything to gain, and everything to prove.
I've been telling people I'm gonna be #1 since I was 5 years old. 5. When other kids were playing with toys, I was already delusional about my destiny. Everyone called it arrogance. Teachers, classmates, even my parents thought I was just a loud kid with a big mouth. But I knew something they didn't. My delusion wasn't just talk. It was a promise I made to myself. When Deku got into UA, when Todoroki showed his power, when every other extra started getting recognition, people expected me to humble myself. To accept that maybe I wasn't as special as I thought. But that's exactly when my delusion got stronger. See, most people's confidence crumbles the moment they face real competition. Mine exploded. Every challenge just proved that I needed to be more delusional, not less. I don't just want to win. I'm delusional enough to believe that anything less than complete domination is failure. While others are happy with good enough, I'm disgusted by anything that isn't perfect. That's not healthy. That's not balanced. I don't care. My delusion about being the absolute best is what gets me up at 4 a.m. to train. It's what makes me study harder, fight longer, push further than anyone else is willing to go. You think successful people got there by being realistic about their chances? Hell no. They got there by being so delusional about their potential that they couldn't accept any outcome except total victory. Be delusional enough to make everyone else's best look like they weren't even trying. That's the only way to explode past average and into legendary.
What do you know? What the hell do you actually know about me, huh? Nothing! I'll tell you what kind of man I really am. I have no strength, but I want it all. I have no knowledge, but all I do is dream. There's nothing I can do, but I struggle in vain like an idiot. I hate myself. All I do is talk a big game and make myself sound like a big shot when I can't do anything. I never do anything, yet I complain with the best of them like it's my job or something. Who the hell do I think I am? I'm a fraud. It's amazing that I can live like this and not feel ashamed. Before I came to this place, before I got into the situation that led me to all of you, do you have any idea what I did with my life? I did nothing, that's what. I've never done a single thing worth mentioning. Wanting to accomplish something important when I've never done anything to earn it goes way beyond the limitations of arrogance. The cost of my lifetime of laziness and all the wasteful habits I forged along the way just ends up killing both you and me.
The weakest hunter of all mankind?
Yeah, I hear that's what they've been calling you.
Oh, I see.
They're adults, yet they act like such childish jerks sometimes. Work hard and prove them all wrong. I know you can.
Right. I will. Thanks, Mr. Song. Weak, so I get a crappy nickname. I'm weak so no one believes in me! I hate how worthless I am. I want strength! Overwhelming power brings people to their knees. The strong go into every situation with an advantage, while the weak quiver in fear or stand around helplessly. The weak get looked down on.
Now answer me this. What makes you bow your heads like? Why do you bow your heads? We are the weak, just as we have always been. Don't you see? Nothing has changed at all. True, the stronger races may imitate our weapons, but they will never master them. Because at the heart of our strength lies a fearful anxiety born of our most humiliating weaknesses. This fear has given us the insight to not only escape from magic, but to learn its secrets. It has given us the wisdom of experience, because we must predict the future to survive.
Listen, Simone, don't believe in yourself. Huh? Believe in me. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you.
Set your heart ablaze. Dry your eyes and look ahead. You may feel like digging your heels in, but the flow of time waits for no one. It won't patiently stand by as you grieve.
I can't tell you that. You have to figure it out. Stand up and walk. Keep moving forward. You've got 2 good legs, so use them. You're strong enough to make your own path.
Why, human? Why do you not despair?
I already told you. I don't have time for despair. There's someone I can't lose to, no matter what. We made a promise. One that I won't break. Not yet. I'm not done! It's not over. I won't give up!
You're the reason I could push past my limits.
Everything that you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a speeding rock does to a body. We all die. But does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean that there was no point in our being born?
There was a moment when you actually said you gave up. Surrender is an outcome far worse than defeat. Wipe that smile off your face! Stopping Black, is that your only goal? You think it ends there?
Would you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not! Their memory serves as an example to us all! The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen, their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them!
Think about the next threat, in a year, or 5 or 10, or think about your pride! If Saiyan blood flows in your veins, if you're my son as you claim, then I won't tolerate you losing to anyone! You'll be the best, or you'll be nothing!
And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us! Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world! My soldiers push forward! My soldiers scream out! My soldiers rage!
Doesn't matter how smart, creative, or kind they are, the weak always lose! I always lose! My kindness never saved me, no. What I need now is true strength, and I am not gonna give up until I get it! Just watch me! I'll get stronger if it's the last thing I do.
Thanks, Rem. And now watch me. You get a front row seat. You'll see the man you fell in love with become the most awesome hero you and the rest of this world have ever known!
I told you. I just don't know when to give up.
Why fight a hopeless battle trying to defy your destiny?
'Cause people called me a failure. I'll prove them wrong. My clones were pathetic. That's right. I flunked the Shadow Clone Jutsu every time. So don't come whining to me with this destiny stuff. And stop trying to tell me you can't change what you are. You can do it too!
Get a hold of yourself! Stop crying and running away! Doing that isn't going to get you anywhere!
I hate myself more than anyone else. I always try to get my act together, but I just end up running away or cowering in fear. I'm pathetic. I want to change. I want to be a capable individual.
Do you know what the process of forging a sword is? When making a sword, you hammer and hammer to get rid of impurities and anything else you don't need. The greater the purity of the blade, the more durable it becomes. Mastering even one is cause for celebration. If you can only do one thing, hone it to perfection. Work on refining it to its utmost potential. Zenitsu, perfect it. It's all right to cry, or go off by yourself. Just don't ever give up. Believe in yourself. You endured all that hellish training. You'll be rewarded for that without question. Work to forge yourself like a tempered blade and become the most resilient of all. Focus on what you do best. Don't ever give up!
Don't ever give up. Even if it's painful, even if it's agonizing, don't try to take the easy way out.
I'll never be a hero. I'm just an ordinary guy, and I've reached my damn limits!
Your limit? Who decides what your limit is? Instead of overthinking your setbacks, just focus on moving forward.
I get it! You were tricked! You couldn't protect the ones you loved! And everything you once believed in was lost! You're dealing with so many crazy feelings you can't stand it anymore! But that's why I have to tell you this! Don't you dare give up again! All you've ever done is give up! Instead of facing your problems, you locked yourself away and hid in the darkness because you thought it was the easiest thing to do! You had the guts to make everything else happen right! You did that! Maybe you weren't chosen, maybe no one wanted you, and maybe you can't be forgiven! But you still have to stand your ground without making excuses for yourself! No matter what it takes. Even if it means becoming a devil, I have to push past my limits. If I can't get through this, then I'll never become the Wizard King. Right here. Right now. I'm going to push past my limits!
How could I have forgotten? It's survival of the fittest in this world. This world filled with violence, deception, and betrayal. How could I?
How badly do you want it? No, seriously. How badly do you fucking want it? Because the way you're moving right now, the half-ass effort you're putting in, that tells me everything I need to know about your future. You say you want success, but you're not willing to sacrifice for it. You say you want greatness, but you won't even commit to one path. Oh, I'll do college and focus on my business on the side. Bullshit! That right there, that's the voice of someone who's already defeated themselves. You can't even make a decision about your own life, and you expect the universe to hand you everything you want. Listen to me very carefully. If you truly love something, if you're obsessed with it, then you go all in. You don't hedge your bets. You don't keep backup plans that give you permission to quit when things get hard. But if you don't love it, if it doesn't set your soul on fire every single morning, then quit right now. Stop wasting everyone's time, especially your own. Because here's what separates winners from losers. Winners are willing to burn the boats. They're willing to risk everything for the one thing that matters most. The secret isn't some complicated formula. It's simple. Keep grinding. Keep working. Keep showing up when everyone else goes home. But first, you need to answer one question. Are you all in, or are you just another dreamer making excuses?
You know what I see when I look at most people? Weaklings. They talk about dreams while living in mediocrity. They make plans while staying comfortable. They want the results, but refuse to pay the price. I used to be the weakest, the bottom of the food chain. Everyone looked down on me. Everyone thought I was pathetic. But you know what happened when I stopped making excuses? I leveled up. Not because someone handed me power, not because I got lucky, but because I understood something most people never will. Power isn't given, it's taken. Every single day you have a choice. You can stay weak, comfortable, making the same excuses that keep you small. Or you can embrace the grind that transforms you into something unstoppable. While others are sleeping, you're training. While others are complaining, you're improving. While others are quitting, you're just getting started. But here's what nobody tells you about real growth. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna feel impossible. There will be days when you question everything. Days when that weak version of yourself begs you to stop. And in those moments, those exact moments when you want to quit, that's when champions are made. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for motivation. The only person standing between you and your goals is the person staring back at you in the mirror. What are you gonna do about it?
You wanna know what separates winners from everyone else? You gotta be a little bit fucking crazy. I'm not talking about just passionate or motivated. I'm talking about straight up obsessed. Like people look at you weird, obsessed. While everyone's watching Netflix, scrolling through their phones, talking about some random bullshit, I'm in my head running plays. I'm seeing sequences. I'm breaking down every movement, every angle, every possibility. People try to talk to me about other shit and I can't. My brain doesn't work like that anymore. You know why? Because I love this. Not like, oh yeah, it's cool, love. I mean, I fucking live for this. This is all I think about. This is all I want to think about. And if you don't have that, if you're not completely gone for your craft, then don't even start. Because there's 1,000 other people who are obsessed. And obsession beats talent every single time. You got skills? Cool. Are you obsessed though? Because when everyone else goes home, I'm still here. When everyone else is making excuses, I'm finding solutions. When everyone else is comfortable, I'm getting uncomfortable on purpose. See, most people want to be great, but they're not willing to be weird about it. They're not willing to sacrifice their social life. They're not willing to think different. But me, I want to be different. I want to be the guy who cares more, who works harder, who thinks deeper. That's the only way you win. You gotta be willing to go places mentally that other people won't go.
You know what? Training alone isn't that bad. I mean, yeah, most of my life I've been by myself. Just me and whatever challenge I'm trying to beat. No crowds cheering. No friends telling me good job. Just me trying to get stronger. And you know what's funny? While everyone else is sleeping in, I'm already up. 3 a.m., perfect time to train. No distractions, no noise, just pure focus. People always ask me, Goku, don't you get lonely? But here's the thing. When you really love something, when you're really excited about getting better, being alone doesn't feel lonely. It feels like freedom. Everyone else is worried about what their friends think. They're scared to push too hard because someone might call them crazy. They want to fit in. But me? I just want to see how strong I can get. Sure, my old training partners couldn't keep up anymore. Sure, sometimes people don't understand why I'm always looking for the next fight, the next challenge. But that's okay. Because every time I train alone, every time I push myself when nobody's watching, I get a little bit stronger. And you know what the best part is? When you're not worried about impressing anyone else, when it's just you and your goals, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you discover what you're actually capable of. So if you're training alone right now, if people think you're weird for caring this much, good. That means you're on the right path. Keep going. I believe in you.
You want to know what real strength looks like? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 10-kilometer run, every single day for 3 years. Yeah, I know, sounds boring, right? Not some fancy secret technique, not some mysterious power-up. Just basic shit that anyone can do. But here's what nobody tells you. Most people can't even do it for a week. They want the results without the routine. They want the power without the price. They think there's some shortcut, some hack, some special program that'll make it easy. There isn't. You know what happened to me during those 3 years? I went bald. My air conditioning broke and I couldn't afford to fix it. I ate the same cheap food every day. I was broke, I was alone. People thought I was crazy. But I didn't stop. Even when it got boring, even when it hurt, even when every fiber in my body wanted to quit. Because here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Being strong isn't glamorous. It's not exciting. It's just showing up every day and doing the work when you don't feel like it. While everyone else was making excuses about the weather, about being tired, about having other things to do, I was doing my routine. And now I'm so strong I can beat anyone with one punch. Look, I'm not saying my way's the only way, but I am saying this. If you can't stick to something simple for 3 years, how do you expect to achieve anything great? Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for motivation. Just pick something and do it every day. It's really that simple.
You know what's hilarious about you ordinary people? You think talent is everything. You see someone successful and go, oh, they're just naturally gifted, they're special, I could never do that. Wrong. You want to know what real power is. It's not being born with some special ability. It's not having everything handed to you on a silver platter. Real power is understanding that there's an infinite gap between what you think you can do and what you can actually do when you stop making excuses. See, I am the strongest. That's just a fact. But you know what made me the strongest? It wasn't just being born with these eyes. It was never accepting good enough. While everyone else was celebrating their small victories, I was asking, what's next? While they were satisfied with beating weak opponents, I was looking for stronger challenges. The difference between me and everyone else isn't talent. It's that I never put limits on what's possible. You think you've hit your ceiling. That's cute. That's not your ceiling. That's just where you got comfortable. You think you're giving 100%? You're probably giving 60% and calling it your best. Here's what separates legends from everyone else. We don't believe in limits. We don't accept that's just how it is. We don't settle for what seems realistic. Everyone has infinite potential. The problem is most people are too scared to access it, but not you. Not anymore. Because now you understand. The only thing standing between you and unlimited power is your willingness to keep pushing when everyone else stops.
You want to know the difference between the weak and the strong. The weak wait for someone to save them. The strong save themselves. I used to be the weakest hunter alive. E rank. bottom of the food chain. Everyone looked at me like I was already dead. And you know what? They were right to look at me that way. Because back then, I was making the same excuses you're making right now. I'm not strong enough. I don't have the right connections. The system is rigged against me. But here's what changed everything. I stopped asking why me and started asking what now. See? The system doesn't give a damn about your feelings. It doesn't care about your sob story. It doesn't care if you had a rough childhood or if life isn't fair. The system only responds to one thing: results. Every day, you get quests. Some are easy, some will break you. But here's the secret nobody tells you. Every quest you complete makes you stronger. Every challenge you face levels you up. But most people, they see the hard quests and run away. They want the easy path. They want to level up without fighting the boss. That's not how this works. While you're complaining about how difficult it is, someone else is grinding. While you're making excuses, someone else is evolving. The difference between me and everyone else? I embraced the grind. I welcomed the pain. I understood that every failure was just data for the next attempt. So, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone else to make you strong. Pick up your weapon and start hunting.
You know what I realized in Blue Lock? Nice guys finish last. And I'm tired of finishing last. See, for most of my life, I played it safe. I passed the ball to the better player. I stayed in my lane. I was just average. And you know where that got me? Nowhere. But then I understood something that changed everything. This isn't about being the most talented. This isn't about being the nicest. This is about having the biggest fucking ego. You have to believe, no, you have to know that you deserve to win more than anyone else on that field. While everyone else is playing not to lose, you need to be playing to destroy. I study every opponent. I find their weaknesses. I see patterns they don't even know they have. And when the moment comes, when that perfect opportunity presents itself, I devour it. That's what separates champions from everyone else. Champions don't just want to win. They want to prove that they're better. They want to dominate. They want to leave no doubt. You think success comes from being humble? From waiting your turn? From hoping someone notices your hard work? Bullshit. Success comes from saying, "This is mine," and taking it. Success comes from outworking everyone, outthinking everyone, and outwanting everyone. So stop being polite. Stop making room for other people's dreams. Stop playing small. Your time is now. Your moment is here. And if you're not ready to fight for it like your life depends on it, then step aside for someone who is.
So here we are. Decision time.
You've heard all the talk. Now what are you gonna do about it?
Because the system is watching, and it's keeping score.
Every second you hesitate, someone else is getting ahead. But you know what? I believe you can do it. You just gotta start.
Stop waiting for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation fades. Stop waiting for permission. Nobody's coming to save you.
You want to know what separates winners from everyone else? Winners act when everyone else hesitates. Winners move when everyone else makes excuses. Winners choose when everyone else waits for the perfect moment. The only question left is this: are you going to be the person who talks about what they're going to do? Or are you going to be the person who does it?
Are you going to be average, comfortable, forgettable? Or are you going to be obsessed, relentless, unstoppable? The choice is yours. But choose now. Because while you're thinking about it, someone else is already winning. Your move.